All right, we are live. We're good to go.
Okay. Good morning, and thank you all for taking the time to tune into today's virtual announcement. My name is Brandy Jenkins, and I'm the Public Affairs Director for the EPA Southeast region. Today, we are here to share some very exciting news with you, and we'll have the opportunity to hear from esteemed leaders from EPA, the City of East Point, and Clayton State University. But before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge Perrin Bostic and Andrew Heaton from Senator Raphael Warnock's office and Sharon Ridley from Georgia EPD. We appreciate your support and attendance today. Following the remarks from our participants, we will have the opportunity for members of the press to ask questions. If you would like to ask questions, please type your name and the outlet you represent in the chat box, and we will read your question for response. And now I'd like to turn it over to John Blevins, the Acting Regional Administrator for EPA's Southeast Region. John?
Thanks, Brandy. Good morning, everybody. It's great to be with you virtually. I wish I could be doing this event in the East Point in person, but for various reasons that all of you know, we're doing this virtually. But I'm very excited to be here to announce EPA as part of our 2021 Environmental Workforce Development and Job Training Brownfields program, an award to the City of East Point. And I have the Mayor of East Point, Mayor Ingram, with me, and I have Ms. Bryant from Clayton State University just to give some opening remarks to give you foundation for the award. But we're very excited in the region, and on behalf of President Biden and Administrator Regan, we're very excited to award this grant and have, again, give our local communities some help in trying to work through some brownfield issues, and especially excited about the training program. Contextually for EPA, our Brownfields program is one of our most favorite programs because it's an opportunity to partner with our states, with our local communities, and with universities to try to make progress in underserved, underdeveloped, and somewhat communities that have been historically struggle with pollution problems. So since the Brownfield program's been introduced, it's been a wide success, and EPA really likes our Brownfields program. And working with all those partners to see changes on the ground, not only in cleaning up properties, but also through like the workforce grant program that we're talking about today and other things that happen because of redevelopment, stimulation of the local environment, stimulation of the local economies, providing new and creative ways for people to be employed. So all of those are great for our Brownfields program across the nation. For the workforce development and job training program, it really is a cornerstone for the Brownfields program because it's an opportunity for us to provide these grants to local entities like the City of East Point that partner with universities and other places to provide job training for people that will carry into the future and let local people enter the environmental field and have high-paying jobs that will then impact the local community, impact their communities in a lot of ways. And so I'm very excited about our program today and our announcement of the grant that we're going to give to the East Point City. Just some background, EPA has been running this program since 1998. And in that time, we've awarded 335 grants. Through those grants, we've trained about 18,000 people through those. Unemployed or unemployed people have been trained for careers in the environment. And about almost 14,000 of those people have been able to find full-time employment. So we see that as a huge success, not only nationally, but within those local communities. We see success of this program. And most of the jobs that come out of this are jobs that have hourly wages that are good hourly wages above $14 an hour. So I'm proud today just to announce that the city of East Point is going to get a $132,400 grant from EPA to put into this workforce deployment and job training program. And again, the city is going to work with Clayton State University, and I'll let the mayor and Ms. Bryant talk a little bit more about the specifics, but we're very excited about this. This will be money used to train people. And I think the goal is to train more than 70 people through this program, through this grant, to get them into the environmental field and to do work at the local level. So we're very excited about that. Nationwide, today, EPA is announcing this week, we're announcing across the nation over $3.3 million of funding going into this job training program. And there's going to be 18 job training programs announced nationally, of which the East Point is one of those grants. So we're very excited. It is a program that the administrator, Regan, is very committed to. I know the Biden administration is committed to, and Region 4 is very committed to. We like this program. We like talking about it. We like interacting with all of you. So again, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited that we're going to give this grant and that the city can move forward on all their great plans with the university. In closing, I just want to congratulate the city for being in the process and requesting a grant, and that I'm excited that we're able to give you the grant to help at the local level. We will definitely work with you and provide you support however we can through this. And I hope this is just one of many interactions and relationship that we have with the city and the Clayton State. For the rest of you on the call, I would just ask you all to keep amplifying the good things that EPA's Brownfield program can do. And it's not only EPA's Brownfield program, because a lot of the states across the nation have their own version of the Brownfield program. And we work with them, and I know cities have it and counties have it, but anything we can do to engage local communities in and give them some say in cleaning up brownfield facilities in their communities is great. They get them cleaned up. They spark they spark economic investment. They are able to move forward with some of their rehabilitation plans for these blighted areas. And again, this job training program allows us to bring new people who may be unemployed or underemployed into that system and give them jobs for the future that will help the local community. So I'm just really excited. I'm going to stop there. I could keep talking for a long time, but I really want the mayor and Ms. Bryant to have an opportunity to talk about their specific program that this grant will help them run. So with that, Mayor, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Blevins. You also tagged me with your level of excitement. I am overjoyed and excited about this partnership with our partners, and I'll get into that a little later, but also strengthening the relationship and collaboration with the EPA. And so thank you so much. I always say there's no point like East Point. And today that is because we are here announcing this amazing opportunity. And when the pandemic hit, I committed to East Pointers that we will get through this together. And the way it hit our community, we wanted to be there. We've been continue to be people focused. And we realized that we had to get back to basics and make sure that we were bridging the gaps to provide those basic needs for our residents, like food. People, eventually the financial assistance became needed because shelter was at risk. And when we looked at our unemployment rate in February of 2020, our unemployment rate was 4.7%. By the end of April 2020, we were at 20.7% unemployment rate, and we remained in double digits throughout these 2020. And so while it's still trending downward, what we know is that this pandemic hit in so many different ways. And while we provided over 3 million pounds of food to our residents weekly in the city and continue to have food distribution weekly in our city, while we stepped in when the government said, in order to reopen, or the medical experts were saying in order to reopen, testing was critically important. So we started food distribution in April of 2020. We started providing COVID testing in our city multiple days a week in May of 2020, providing personal protective equipment. And then it became clear that, again, financial assistance, rental, mortgage, utilities assistance, we received grants from Fulton County, around $252,000 for that, and are looking to receive more funding to be able to help with those needs, as well as our small businesses. But the unemployment rate, that means that people became unemployed because of nothing that they did, really just the pandemic hit and it impacted industries differently. And now people might be finding themselves in positions to really have to, explore new industries, explore those industries that are pandemic proof, like environmental careers. And so we are excited that EPA has selected the city of East Point for this grant to pave the way for more workforce development, jobs, and livable wages opportunities in our great city. This is a wonderful opportunity to build a coalition with key stakeholders and expose students to careers in the environmental field while engaging them in work geared towards improving the environment and quality of life for our community. And so while the city of East Point was one of 18 organizations to be awarded this workforce development grant, we are the only city in the state of Georgia and the only city in the Southeast region of the United States. So we don't take this lightly. We are greatly appreciative, and we want to continue again to build that collaboration with EPA, but this could not have been done without the amazing team and partners that have assembled to really help us provide over 70 students with training to place them in environmental jobs. And they will earn, through the training, they'll earn up to 3 state and 1 federal certificate. And so the areas that of focus for this partnership are the erosion and sediment control, field maintenance, stream buffers, vegetation and BMP practice, HAZWOPER, and that's an acronym. Let me just say that, HAZWOPER, water quality and sampling, cross-connect control, pipe materials and installation, water regulations, and soft skills building. And so while we at the city have an amazing water and sewer director who is an outstanding leader, Miss Melissa Echevarria, we will be providing the technical piece, but Clayton State University is partnering with us to provide soft skills training, and Greening Youth is going to help us introduce young people from socially and economically disadvantaged backgrounds to natural resource management careers. And then our partnership with Wholesome Wave Georgia, they will be providing leadership training and coaching to program participants. And I have to pause and say a million thanks to Will Sellers, the executive director of Wholesome Wave Georgia, because he actually shared this opportunity with me and brought this to our attention. And we, I reached out to our city manager and our director, Ms. Echevarria, and assembled a team and put this packet together, this application together that has us here today, being able to say thank you for this opportunity that will be extremely impactful on residents in our community. The target audience is residents ages 17 to 24. And so we know that this is critically important for young adults, and just really during this pandemic time, helping people bounce back. The President Biden says, build back better, right? We cannot forget our people, and we must be people focused, and we must bridge the gaps that they're experiencing. And workforce development, jobs, being able to help take care of their families and provide for themselves and their families is critically important. And the more that we can provide those opportunities right here in the city of East Point, we alleviate barriers like transportation and all of those other things, right? To be able to provide it here. And we also are doing some internal recruiting of sorts, right? This gives us an opportunity to expose people who live in our city to jobs in the city of East Point, the metro area as well. And so thank you. And I'm going to turn it over at this point to Ms. Bryant to share more about the Clayton State University role in this great partnership.
Good morning. I am Dr. I am the Executive Administrative Assistant to Dr. Turner. Dr. Turner sends his regrets for not being able to attend this important meeting today due to a previous commitment. However, he pledges his enthusiastic support for the Environmental Development and Job Training Program. Clayton State University has a long history of contributing to workforce development of Clayton and surrounding counties. So as a part of this economic development ecosystem, we are definitely committed to providing cost-effective, accessible, and relevant training that addresses the personal and professional needs of individuals between the ages of 17 and 24 in East Point. We recognize the benefits and the impact of this job training program, and we look forward to the sustainable results of empowering young adults in the East Point community who otherwise may not have been prepared to enter the workforce after graduating after graduating high school. So the entire staff of continuing and professional education here at Clayton State University, we stand ready to provide outstanding service to the East Point community and to work closely with all of the other partners involved. Congratulations to the city of East Point and for taking the first big step in securing this grant to do some important work that will have a lasting impact for years to come. We at Clayton State University, and we are the continuing professional education department, we basically are excited to continue providing service for job training to our surrounding counties. We have partnered with Greening Youth. It was mentioned that Greening Youth was a part of this collaborative venture. And we have worked with them and other entities to bring the professional development and soft skills to the community. So we're very excited in doing that. And I just look forward to working with you and Dr. Turner as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant, and thank you for the remarks from all the speakers. And again, congratulations, Mayor Ingram and the City of East Point. I know, we look forward to seeing this program fully implemented and the impact, the lasting impact we know that it will have on your residents. If we have any questions from the media, please at this time enter them into the chat box. Okay. I see one from Molly Samuel with WABE News. Are there specific Brownfield sites that will be addressed in this grant? Or can you give examples of the types of sites that might be addressed? So let's address that piece first. Mayor Ingram, do you want to address that?
I got on, sure. So we haven't decided specifically which brownfields will be a part of this. We have over 150 brownfields in our city. So former gas stations and, former industrial sites and other types of uses in our city. We haven't made that decision as to which specific sites this those efforts will be geared towards.
Okay. And then the next part of the question, is this for Clayton State students, current Clayton State students, or will you also be recruiting for people for the program? Is it part of a degree program? Mayor Ingram, you want to take that, or Ms. Bryant?
The recruitment is really age focused, so 17 to 24 residents of East Point within that age group. And so it's not necessarily that they have to be current Clayton State University students. If that doesn't exclude them either, right? But the goal is to really target that age range of 17 to 24 and to provide the opportunity to as many as possible.
Okay. And then how long will the training take? And for how many years will this program run?
So I believe this is a 3-year grant, and The training portion of the grant it consists of 4 stages. So there's the discovery sessions that establish rapport and training. This is for leadership. So there's the professional development certificate program, the values-based leadership training program, and there's also the different technical aspects. So I don't have the complete, the actual time period but I know it will take place over several weeks. And that once it is completed, that they will be placed in those jobs.
Molly, thank you for your question. We can follow up with you on the last part of that. How many years will the program, how long will the training take? We can follow up with you on that and give you a more definitive timeline.
I can tell you that the total number of hours are 139 hours.
139 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any more questions from, okay. All right, we do. We have a question from Dorjon Williams with Vox Pop ATL. Are there any qualifiers for potential candidates? If so, what do those look like?
So the main being, again, that age range. And as we share more information moving forward, all of the eligibility requirements will be shared with the community. But that age range is the specific, very important eligibility criteria.
Thank you, Mayor Ingram. And thank you, Dorjon, for your question. Are there any other questions? Okay, seeing none. Again, we want to thank all of our participants today, and we want to thank our attendees. And again, we look forward to this grant fully implemented, and congratulations. You all have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.